Hey, my name is David, and in the last 90 days, I scaled my AI and automation agency to 11,600 per month. I specialize in outbound systems, so growth systems using personalized messaging, sharp targeting, and automations to put everything together. In this video, I'm going to show you how to automate your lead magnet offer. And to give you some context, I'm going to show you what exactly I'm talking about. I've been meaning to do this for some time for myself, so I felt like why not just do it live and then share it with you guys. For those of you that are doing similar offers, this would be super valuable. So to give you some context about what's going on, I currently have a campaign that offers additional strategies tailored to that company. So this is my template if you want to take a look at it right now. We have personalization in the first line, followed by a pain pressing question, then my social proof, followed by value, and then lastly, a no strings attached offer to get my foot in the door. So that is the skeleton of my first touch sequence, right? Now that no strings attached offer has garnered me some no strings attached replies, right? So at the end, I offer the prospect additional signal ideas, like the ones that I already included in my email, if they just reply positively. And so rather than me running to my computer to reply to them ASAP and come up with these ideas and do all of that, I'm just going to automate everything with this workflow. So I've already scoped it out here, and I scoped this out in like 5 minutes, so bear with me and whatever obstacles we hit along the way. So we're going to get a reply from instantly. That data is going to be sent into N8N. We're going to filter to ensure that that reply is just looking for the strategies. We're then going to do deep research on the company. Then we're going to strategize, and then we're going to format everything. So we'll probably format it for email copy to reply, and then the Slack message for my internal notification. Yes, and then the strategies will then go into the Google Doc, and then everything will get sent to Slack within my own channel once it's ready. So that's how I'm envisioning everything. I realized that I do need to test this somehow. So I went ahead and added my own email. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send myself an email and then respond to it. Oh, perfect. Cool. So yeah, we just needed to change the method into post. So you can see now we have the information that we need, and we can use this to test our workflow. So webhook is done. Save that. Let's just call this lead magnet for YouTube. I guess I can just add it right here. Cool. So this is YouTube lead magnet. Saved it. Now next would be filtering this to ensure that the replies that we get are they're just looking for the strategies. So I'm going to use an AI agent just because I want to be very, very clear. And I feel like if I use some sort of filtering, like with logic, because I've gotten responses in the past where the prospect says sure, but then they also are willing to book a call. So that's awesome. In that case, I would just, I guess either way, I should generate a lead magnet because I still end up sending them one anyway. And it's not like this is automatically going to reply to them. There's a proxy where I'm going to be sending it manually. Anyway, I'm just going to, no, you know what? I can just filter here, actually. That's what I'll do. So what I'll do is I'll do a filter, or I could do if. So for now, just because we might have different replies, I'm just going to do an if. And so the reply text here. Oh, but you know what? The reply text will include the copy. Oh no, the reply text snippet. Yeah. So if the reply text snippet contains sure, and then we'll ignore case. And in this case, it'll be in the false, right? But we want it to be in the true. So let me just say sure. So what I'll do is I'm going to execute this workflow. It's listening, and I'm going to send that over, which should trigger this in a second. Cool. So webhook received, filtering done, one item is true. Next, we are going to do deep research. So I'm going to use an AI agent, go to define below, and system message. You are an intelligent, helpful, deep research assistant. I made a mistake. Actually, I will be doing an HTTP request to do deep research. So this is actually an HTTP request because I'm going to use LinkUp for deep research. Now LinkUp is an alternative to Perplexity. They're just a web search API, AI, and to be honest, I haven't experienced a better deep research AI than LinkUp. I think they're on par with Exa, although in some cases they provided better results than Exa, and they're cheaper too. They're cheaper than Perplexity, so that's really nice. So why don't I just go here, and they already have their. So I'm going to do deep research. They already have their curl. I'm just going to copy it. I wonder if I think my token is already hidden here, which is actually quite nice. So I'm going to do deep. I'm going to do sourced answer. Because what I want is, what I want here is just natural language. So I'm going to import the curl and paste what I had. Yeah, that's my API. Please don't use it. I'm going to change it now. So I'm going to import that. Awesome. And now you can see that we have LinkUp as our deep research AI node. So here we'll have our question. The depth is going to be deep, and the output type is source answer, which is the natural language answer. Cool. So what I'm going to want from LinkUp is rather easy. So provide insight to deep business research on. Awesome. So what I'll do here is I'm going to then include company, and I'm going to include the domain. Now if I scroll down, I don't have much information on the lead. And I wonder if that's because I used myself. So what I'm going to do is I want to upload myself as a lead again. Email account. Let me try this. Let me try this a different way. So if I add a lead, wait, hold on. Bounce, that's unfortunate. So if I add a lead, interesting. Okay. We'll just do David because I want to know how this information comes in. So for example, when you receive a reply from Instantly, I've seen it before where the payload includes all the variables that you uploaded into Instantly. I don't see it for mine, even if it's like null, and I wonder if that's because I didn't upload any additional information. So I'm going to test that out first. Otherwise, if that doesn't show up, then what I'm going to do is search into my database of all my leads and then pull the information there. But ideally, I wouldn't want to do that because I have different databases for different leads. Yeah, so anyway, put my name, short description, that doesn't matter. This is the domain. I'm going to just want my domain. So I think that's really it. That's all I really care about. Yeah. Oh, this would be the name of the company. Wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be the name of the company. In that case, let's do some sort of company then. Let's do Lovable. Lovable.dev. So lovable.dev, and then the email would be my email. An email that I no longer use. Cool, looks good. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to go to Instantly Now. I'm going to upload the CSV file. And this will be, I guess I just want the domain. So this will be the website. Oh, that's annoying. Do not import. Do not import, that's the email. Don't worry about that. So we just want the email, the website, and then we'll call this the company name. Yeah, david.ish.company, cool. So I'm gonna upload that. Cool. So I'm gonna upload that. Looks good. I'm going to now preview, and I'm going to send that to myself. Going back to our automation, so we got a positive reply. Now let's see if those variables did map. They did. It's cool. So when you update your leads, as long as you're including the website and the company name, you'll have that within instantly, and it'll show that in your payload. So the company will be here under body. So we have the domain, company name. Nice. Awesome. And then what we'll do is I will execute the step once I activate. So I'll execute this step. And then what we will get is deep research on perfect. Interesting. So that's not good. We can see that there's so yeah. Ensure use the domain and company name as input. The domain should verify research on the correct company by ensuring a link to company name and domain. So polish this prompt. Verify accuracy by including a link referencing the company's official name and domain. Don't know if that, let's see if that works. So if that works, we should not be getting a other company. Okay, cool. Hold on. Why is it giving me two? That's not good. The single company provided gathering detailed insights as input. The domain is you are researching. Yeah, that should be better. So execute, and we should only get one output. So it looks like we're looking good, but I think I still see some sort of mention of the other company Lovable. I guess not. No, those are just the sources. Yeah. Cool, so we have our answer. Then we're just gonna set up our AI agent. So what we'll do here is define below. And let me connect the models to this. And the model that I found that works best is going to be GPT 4.5. So let me connect my API key. And I don't see GPT 4.5 here. Here we go. And I'm just going to have the top P be 0.8 and the temperature 0.7 is good. Excuse me. And what I'm going to define is you are an intelligent outbound. I think I actually have I already have a GPT that strategizes. So I want to see what I used there because it's pretty good. It's just a different model. So we go here, strategist. That's what I wrote. In this case, it won't necessarily be for tech startups, for companies. Helpful strategist, consultant, and outbound strategies for companies. Cool. And then let me steal the prompt that I had here. And I'm just going to remove some of the formatting, or a lot of it. So you're an outbound signal strategist. We'll have the company overview. So you are an outbound signal strategist, and then we're mapping our answer here, and then we have the prompt here, and I'm going to give you guys the prompt in a second. Let me just have GPT polish this. Can you polish this? Prompt, I don't read new line format. Tech stack changes. Okay, cool. So you're an outbound signal strategist given the company research. And then propose 5 creative high-intent outbound targeting strategies an agency could execute on behalf of this company, each specifically designed to generate cold email responses from its ideal customers. Brainstorm at least 5 unique targeting ideas from different signal categories. And then we have this palette here. Cool, repeated status page incidents. Yep, new domains. I don't really like the new subdomains, so we could just do like job listings, replace subdomains with job posting or hiring signals and social media signals. Cool. For each strategy, clearly specify the public web signal to monitor, why this reflects urgent buyer interest or pain, and prioritize internal signals over external thought leadership signals. If a significantly better signal arises outside of the palette, it can be included only if clearly more relevant, ethically and publicly sourceable, and moderately easy to monitor, briefly explains the advantage. Cool, so I'm going to copy this. This looks good. And I'm going to put that in here. Given the company research, cool. I just want to format this. So company research goal, given the research, propose 5, okay, cool. If more relevant, if clearly more relevant, I'll just leave it at that. I don't need it to be more ethic or publicly sourceable. Okay, cool. So what I'll do here is I'll execute this step. Maybe 4 might be too much. I'll just do 3 additional strategies. Yeah. And then I'll execute and let's see what happens. We're using GPT 4.5. So I think after this step of the strategist, we're just going to format everything and then go back into Slack to get the notification. And GPT 4.5 does take some time. Awesome. So we do have our output here. Here are 5 unique high-intent signal ideas, each drawn from different categories, followed by the 3 highest impact outbound strategies built around them. Monitor spikes in customer votes or comments on roadmap features related to interesting. Let's brainstorm for 4. That's fine. Okay, so what we'll do from here is we'll format this. You are helpful, intelligent, and then I will tell it, take the strategy ideas and format them into a information dense, take the strat and format them into a structured, condensed text or a Google Doc in Markdown. Okay. We'll do 3. And format 3 strategies. Cool. Excuse me, guys. So then I'll add a chat model to this. 4.0 mini should be fine. Do 0.8. Save. So I'll execute that step. Let me rename this to strategist. And then let me rename this to formatter. Cool. So let's see what happens here. Whoa. Ah, I did not put the... Gosh darn it. I forgot to map the schema. There we go. Cool. So then we'll execute. I don't like the emojis. But this is great. I like this format. Okay. And format. Into a structured condensed text for Google Doc and Markdown format. Do not include the emojis. Text should be in Spartan. Tone should be 50% Spartan. 50% Spartan. Casual. Avoid over explaining or fluff text. Cool, I'll do that. So let me execute once more. And then what we'll do is create a Google Doc. All right, 1 second, guys. I have to log into my Google Doc. Okay, so I created my Google Docs connection. I'm going to create a new document. So document, create my drive, and the folder name will do strategies. Strategies. Actually, I'll do... I'll go back here, and then I'll include the company name. So it'll be company name strategies. And then folder name or ID will just be a new folder name. Cool. Do we need one? I guess, yeah, no, that should be fine. Yeah. So, title. So if we execute the step, then what happens? So if I go to my Google Docs, do I have one now? Yeah, I do. So here it is. But there's nothing in there. So let me go back. So we have one. There's the ID. So create, that's what it did. It created a new one. So we'll update document. Google Doc, updated document. Yeah, there we go. And we have the ID here. So it'll be text, insert, yep, insert location at end of a specific position. That should be fine. And then we'll go down to our formatter, and the text will be this output. Now I wonder what would happen. Let me just execute this step. Awesome. Looks good. We are almost there. So from here, I'll just give myself a Slack notification, right? So we'll give myself a link to the document. So we'll do Slack. So if I go to Slack, let me see if I have my own internal notification. I do. Here it is, email replies. So I want to send a message. Let me just connect my Slack channel. That was easy. So we're going to send a message to a channel, and we're going to send it to email replies. Yeah, so we'll do email replies, simple text. Additional strategies ready for, and then we'll do company name. Link to document. And then we'll just include a link to the Google Doc. Now, I wonder if this will work or if I have to do some sort of tweaks, because we have the document ID here, but there's a possibility that it might be private. But I will be clicking on this link myself, so let's see what happens. So if I execute this step, I did just get a Slack notification here. Awesome. So if I click on it, there we go. That's money. So there you have it, guys. That is the workflow. And so now anytime I receive a positive reply from somebody that is looking to get additional strategies from my lead magnet, what happens is they get sent through this whole sequence. I do deep research, get a strategist to come up with the strategies, format everything, create a Google Doc, and then I get an internal notification. So I'm definitely going to optimize this, and maybe I'll give some sort of update. But for the sake of this video, we're already at 1 hour, so I'm just going to cut it here. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.